What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you some Prime and Parallel content today. We also stream out here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, let's talk about Prime and the absolute tear that it has been on. I'm here looking at the top gaming coins on CoinGecko, and you can see that Prime has climbed a significant amount in terms of not just rank, but market cap. And we're actually even in a little bit of a dip here. Let me just click in and see it hit like 26, almost 27 today. And I think our recent all-time high was $28. Yeah, so $28 yesterday on March 18th. So this is kind of crazy. A lot of the talk that and a lot of the sentiment that I'm seeing online is one way or the other. Either we're way too hot or we are catching up to where we need to be. And again, there's arguments to be made for both, right? For people who've been in Prime or been holding Prime, I think you've probably been very happy. I've been very happy with the fact that Prime has been going up significantly. And, the team is working on some really, really cool stuff along with the release of the Colony white paper, which is awesome. But when we're looking here, okay, so let's actually take this back a second. So that first one, is Prime too hot? Yes, there's absolutely an argument to be made, right? We've just done multiples upon multiples. If you got in when Prime was like $2, $3, I mean, you're sitting on almost like a 10x gain right now. If you got in where we were lagging around like, between $6 to $8, you're doing pretty well right now too. And then we just kind of blew through the teens, right? And we're just kind of hanging out in the 20s now. So yes, is that too much? Should it cool down for a little while? Yes, you can absolutely make an argument, even though there's a lot of really cool things happening in the space. But I'm more interested in the other side of the argument, which is no, Prime is actually just trying to get its rightful place among the top tier projects. And what do I mean by that? Well, you take a look at the market cap here. We're sitting at about 800 million right now. And in my mind, and this is just my opinion, none of this financial advice is just my opinion, Prime and, the Prime ecosystem, and specifically like the parallel TCG game, which I have really, really come to enjoy and started playing a lot more recently. The Prime ecosystem as a whole is definitely top tier. When you look at all of the other gaming projects out there, right? The game is fantastic, parallel TCG. The narrative around the upcoming game being added to the ecosystem, Parallel Colony, which is combining AI and gaming together, that sounds fantastic. And you just have this whole, ecosystem that is going to hopefully continue delivering awesome things, connecting into Solana, all that stuff. And so when you consider the fact that it's sitting at 800 million and you look at what's above it, well, you got the Ronin chain at about 1 billion, right? You got Sandbox at 1.3 billion. You got Axie Infinity at 1.3 billion. And keep in mind, I'm not as up to date on a lot of these other projects, so I'm not trying to detract from them by any means. Maybe they should be valued at 1.3 billion or 1.6 billion, right? You can even see Gala here sitting at almost 2 billion, right? And Gala is another ecosystem of very solid games. So when you take a look at this and you ask yourself, well, okay, if Prime is going up, right, and Prime is now sitting in the 800 million-ish range, as opposed to like, I think the 300 million range was when I was really getting in and grabbing or trying to stash my bag. It's kind of just catching up to its peers. So this is not a matter of, like, I'm not trying to say, yeah, Prime is going to continue going up, like for sure, because nobody has any idea what's going to happen. Obviously, I'm still continuing to hold on to my bags, but if I were to compare it to some of these other ecosystems, of which, again, I full transparency, I'm not as up to date on everything, but I do think that it can hang with the Galas, the Beams, the Axie Infinities of the ecosystem. Well, then it's right where it needs to be. In fact, it might even be a little bit lower, right? So I haven't started taking any profits from my Prime, my Prime bag just yet. Obviously, we're still in the early parts of the bull market too, but a big part of, what I'm trying to get at here is the fact that if it is top tier, and I do believe that it is top tier, then it's still not valued appropriately compared to many of the other top tier projects in the space. But, again, this is just the ramblings of a random person online. I have no, I don't come to you with any kind of expertise. I just wanted to share with you that side of the sentiment, which I've been seeing a lot more. And granted, when the numbers are green, when the candles are gigantically green, there's a lot of bullish sentiment. But in coming in and actually looking at the numbers, breaking them down and looking at the market cap of not just Prime, but all of its peers, right? Other games in the ecosystem, I find it hard to disagree with that assessment. As bullish as it is, I find it hard to disagree with that assessment that even if the market cools off here, Prime is still undervalued compared to its peers. So again, what does that mean? Nothing, right? And that means absolutely nothing. I'm not doing anything differently. I'm just continuing to play parallel and earn Prime. I'm looking into getting into, the avatars and some of the other items in the space. And overall, I just want to continue to do more and continue to stack my bag over time. But at this point in time, I'm kind of buying into that narrative. Not financial advice, but I personally am kind of buying into that narrative, and we'll continue holding and seeing what happens over the next couple of months when hopefully we get some fun kind of alt season after the Bitcoin halving, similar to what happened in 2020, in 2020, the summer of 2020. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to take a look at the top gaming projects where Prime stacks up and what my kind of game plan is for the foreseeable future, which is just to hodl and continue learning more and diving deeper into the whole Echelon Prime ecosystem. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.